So question number one comes from Lakeitha A. Says, I come to your live research every week on Clubhouse. I'm excited to get started in POD, but I've been rejected by merch twice. What should I do? All right, Lakeitha. Well, one, thank you for coming in and asking a question. Always glad to answer. And thank you for coming to my live research. Guys, I do my live research every Tuesday on Clubhouse at 11 a.m. Central. And we go in, we find low competition niches that sell on Amazon. I will start trying to switch that up in terms of the platforms. I've done Redbubble before because everybody's not on merch, i.e. Lakeitha. So Lakeitha, what I would say is I would apply again. Here's the thing about Amazon. I love Amazon. When it comes to that merch application, you could probably do the same application 3 times and get 3 different answers, because it's the same thing with dealing with customer service, the same thing with dealing with seller support. Just quite frankly, if you talk to 5 different people, you're going to get 5 different answers about the same thing. And that's something that I know that they're working on, and I know that that's something that they are, making an active approach and step to, trying to improve. But I'll say this much: if you're telling me that you're excited to get into POD, there's a key word there. And that's POD. Not excited to get into merch by Amazon. And this goes back to the rant that I just had. It doesn't have to be on Amazon. If you're excited to get into POD, then you have a virtual buffet of platforms that you can actually go in and sell on. So even if, so let's say you've got 2 times that you've been rejected by merch, which means you've waited at least 2 weeks. Let's talk about what you could have done in those 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, you could have set up on Etsy's marketplace, connected your Printful account, and started building out your store and selling products. You could have signed up for Redbubble and have already loaded in 2 weeks. Let's say you did, a design a day. That's 14 days. That's 14 designs. You could have set up your TeePublic account. You could have set up on Spring or Threadless or Spreadshirt or Zazzle or Cafe Press. You could have already been selling. So if you're excited to get into it, and I understand that, especially for a lot of people who are on Clubhouse and they're just trying to find out what ventures they can get into, I would say this: get on these other platforms, because I talk about them there. I definitely talk about them. Get on these platforms while you're waiting on a yes or no from merch, and maybe it's just not in the cards for you right now to be onto merch. I will say there is something to filling out all that information. It just is. Giving them a website where they can see. And here's a beautiful part about it. If I'm already set up and I'm selling on Redbubble or TeePublic or Etsy or Spring, then I have a website now that I can link there to show I have active designs. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe what you categorize yourself as a business could be a reason why you didn't get accepted. Maybe what your reason for wanting to sell on merch is why you didn't get accepted. Who really knows? Like, let's just be honest. I don't have any inside track at Amazon, so I couldn't tell you. What I do know is filling out all the information is what got me accepted. Filling out all the information is what got my wife accepted, and every single person that I know that I personally kind of walked through this whole process to get them into merch by Amazon. So I would say do that again. I would say definitely sign up on those, pick one of those other platforms, or pick 2, or whatever the case may be. But starting off, I would probably just pick one and work that one. And then when it's time to apply again for merch, when you've got a significant amount of designs on your storefront on the other platform, use that as your website and show them that you are actually actively selling in this place right now. So that would be my advice to you. Again, thank you for coming to the live research on Clubhouse. I appreciate that. I hope to see you next week and the week after and the week after and the week after. And if you all are on Clubhouse, follow me at Nick Eden on Clubhouse. Follow the Print on Demand Success Club on Clubhouse. We do a plethora of things per week related to print on demand.